Spartan Arena. It's Castleton and UMass Boston. Castleton, the number 4 seed. UMass Boston, the number 5 seed in the ECAC East Division III quarters in women's hockey. And with us is Castleton coach Bill Bowes. And in your second year, Bill, you're at home in the playoffs for the first time ever. That's going to be a special feeling.
Well, it really is. I mean, we love playing here at this arena, and to be able to have home ice in the playoffs is great. But, you know, it really doesn't matter if you're playing here, you're playing on the moon, you're still got to play well, and that's what we're hoping to do today. But we've played better here all year long, and we're really excited about hosting a game and playing right here at Spartan Arena.
Well, you know, that being said, you did get to the quarterfinals a year ago. You were on the road. You won the quarterfinal game in overtime, so you actually advanced past this point last year. So anything less than that, of course, anything less than a championship is disappointing, but anything less than advancing would be a disappointment, wouldn't it?
Well, you know, you're right. I mean, we take the ice to win every game, no matter who it's against, and we want to win the league championship, and we certainly want to advance to the Final Four and beyond. But, you know, it's hard to do. Every team's getting better. We've gotten a lot better, and our schedule has gotten a lot tougher, so we don't have maybe quite as good a record as we'd like to have. But if we had the same schedule as last year, our record would be much better. But we chose to play some tougher teams, and that's my choice, and that makes us better. So that's what we really care about. And, yeah, we'll be disappointed if we don't win this game, just like we're disappointed any game we don't win.
The other thing, a number 4, number 5 matchup in the playoffs, at least on paper, is the closest matchup because you're right next to each other in the standings. And you did play UMass Boston once. You played them early in the year. You put them on the road 4-3. It was way back in November. I know you're a guy that says every game is different, but yet can you take anything out of a game, especially when it was like 3 months ago?
Well, I mean, every game's a whole new set of circumstances, like you've heard me say, Jack. And, yeah, we can take the fact out that we beat them. So we should have some confidence in that. You know, we jumped on them early for 3 goals, and that helped us. And that's helped us all year, whether it's these guys or not. But UMass Boston's a good team. They got very good coaching. They've got some good talent. And we're going to have our work cut out to beat them today. And you're right, November means nothing today. And tomorrow means nothing. All that matters is what are we doing right now, and I'm hoping we're the best team right now.
You do have Anna Daniels back in the lineup. The last time I saw you, she was out with an injury. She's back. That's going to help you.
Oh, it helps us a great deal. I mean, Anna is one of the top freshman scorers in the league. You know, and I think as a kind of just to show how much better we've gotten, there's 6 players in our whole league of 12 teams on the all-rookie team, and we've got 3 of them. We've got Nicolina Jensen, all-rookie and rookie of the year in our league. We got Anna Daniels on that team, and Samantha Peon, who's been a terrific defenseman for us. 3 on the all-rookie team. I think our players can be very proud of what they've accomplished up till now. But they're very hungry to win this game. I know that.
Well, for sure. With all the rookies, the future looks bright, so congratulations to all of them. Now, the last couple of times we were here, Bill, you had trouble scoring goals. You were shut out. It has been a problem, but to tell you about statistics, that being said, 57 goals for your club this year, the most goals ever scored in a single season in program history, believe it or not. But 11 of those came in one game.
Yeah, well, I do believe it, and you know, records fall hard here, and we've been breaking some, and I mean, I think it's just another indication that we're a better team this year. No matter we win this game or not, no matter what our record is at the end, we're definitely a better team this year. And as a coach, that's the direction you want to be going, and we are going in that direction. That said, I think we're going to be a better team next year with the new players that we will have coming in to add to the kids that we have returning. So, yeah, I mean, but all of that really comes down to nothing. What matters is being the best team we can be today.
And you're absolutely right. This being a historic game, the first home playoff game in the history of the Castleton women's hockey program. And Bill Bowes just in his second year. And Bill, hopefully this isn't the final game. Hopefully you go beyond today. So best of luck and go get them.
Thank you very much, Jack.
Castleton women's coach Bill Bowes. It's UMass Boston and the Castleton Spartans at the Spartan Arena. We'll continue with more after this time.
The dark uniforms, the navy blue and royal blue uniforms, Castleton in the home white. It'll be Sarah Ann Cavolo, number 9, starting up front of 5'4" junior from Roxbury, New Hampshire. Also starting up front, number 11, Emily LaRosa, 5'5" senior from Weymouth, Massachusetts. Also Katie Loisel, number 16, a 5'3" junior from Gloucester, Rhode Island. At the points, we will see Kelsey McIsaac, a 5'6" sophomore, number 21 from Durham, New Hampshire. And also starting on the blue line, number 15, Alexa Campione, a 5'3" freshman from Messina, New York. The goaltender is number 29, Casey Shivey, a 5'10" freshman from Arlington, Massachusetts. Shivey has a 3.08 goals against average. For the Spartans of Castleton, starting up front, Nicolina Jensen, number 8, a 5'5" freshman from Denmark. Also starting up front, back in the lineup, number 13, Anna Daniels, a 5'8" freshman from Sweden. And also up front, number 17, Brianna Narodoi, a 5'1" sophomore from North Smithfield, Rhode Island. At the points, Eileen Coyne, number 4, 5'4" senior from North Attleboro, Massachusetts. And Danny Roberts, number 9, a 5'6" senior from St. Albans, Vermont. Paula Stevens in goal, 5'2" sophomore from Seattle, Washington. Save percentage of .925, a goals against average of 2.03. We'll get comments from Mike Coppinger coming up. But first off, the national anthems of Canada and the U.S. will listen in.
For the singing of the national anthems of Canada and the United States of America.
So the matchups today in the ECAC East Division III playoffs in women's hockey. Number 1, Norwich against number 8, Plymouth State. The 4-5 matchup right here, Castle and UMass Boston. Number 2-7 matchup, Manhattanville hosting New England College. And the number 3-6 matchup, Salve Regina hosting Southern Maine. they do reseed in the semifinals, depending on what happens after the quarterfinal play. And with us, let us introduce Mike Coppinger, the star goaltender of Rutland High's 1995 state championship boys hockey team. Mike Coppinger.
Jack, thanks so much. Great to be on board here. Playoff hockey here at Spartan Arena. And, you said it was snowing outside. There's a storm on the way. And who knows, could be a storm on the way right here in Spartan Arena with great playoff action about to take place.
I'd like to congratulate Nicolina Jensen, the Rookie of the Year in ECAC East play, also on the all-rookie team, first team, along with Anna Daniels and also Sam Peon. So 3 members of the Castleton team, the brilliant freshmen, are members of the first team all-rookie team in the ECAC East, and Nicolina Jensen is the Rookie of the Year. And Danny Roberts, a blue liner, is a second team ECAC East selection. So congratulations to them. Emily LaRosa, number 11, and Naradoe, number 17 for the Spartans as we're underway. Spartans going right to left here in the first period. UMass Boston going left to right.
And Jack, you had mentioned the accolades for some individuals there, but the overall team, I mean, what a great accomplishment, scoring the most goals in the program's history this year. That's fantastic. And really jumping way ahead of where they were last year. That's fantastic. Castleton's going to want to get on the board early here, control their destiny from the start of the whistle here.
Samantha Fallon chips it out towards center. On it is LaRosa drive, and the save made by the sophomore goaltender from Seattle, Washington, Paula Stevens. Yeah, I mentioned that with Bill Bowes, and certainly it's the most prolific scoring year in the history of the Castleton women's program. But yet, on the other hand, they have struggled to score goals. They have been shut out several times. Matter of fact, the last couple of times we were here, they were shut out. And they did score 11 goals against Nichols, which kind of skews that a little bit.
But you have to look at it a game of averages, though. Yep. If you put those averages up throughout the season, 9 times out of 10, that's going to come to work in your favor.
Sam Peon, number 21, we mentioned, an all-rookie selection first team, snaps it in wide of the goaltender Scheibe, who is number 29 for UMass Boston. It's in the UMass Boston zone. We're just underway, about a minute in. The ECAC quarters, the winner of this game goes on to the semis, and that is where Castleton ended up last year in the semifinals after defeating Salve Regina in overtime at Salve Regina. And able to keep it in, Rachel Bombargi sent it to the right wing circle. Allie Howard pounces on it, got bumped just a bit by McIsaac. Out to the right point, here's Eileen Coyne, a wrister, tipped in front, goes toward the corner. Rachel Bombargi, who's a local kid from Rutland, Vermont, played freshman hockey, was on the Rutland High School team as a freshman before going to the St. Paul School. Allie Howard snaps it in wide. Daniels trying to get to it along the far boards, cleared out to center. It's going to be offside. Castleton.
Well, wow, Jack, a flurry right there in the opening minutes. Castleton doing a great job keeping that puck inside of the zone, keeping the pressure on, getting a couple of shots right there. A lot of action in front. Very difficult for the goaltender to see those shots coming in from the point.
Emily LaRosa, number 11, out there now with Loisel, number 16. And on the left wing side, Cavolo for UMass Boston, the Beacons. Here is Nicolina Jensen to the right wing corner. Circles to the circle. It's a save, and on the rebound again, a save made. Anna Daniels back in front. Save made again by Scheibe. Is Naradoe, who centers that line of Daniels and Jensen.
Well, Jack, if my count was correct, that was about 3 saves right there, practically point blank, that Scheibe had to make down in the butterfly position. Had a hard time controlling the rebound on the first 2, finally covered it up on the third.
Off the draw, bounces right in front, having a difficult time with it was Samantha Fallon, and Anna Daniels grabs it, right wing circle. Shot blocked and skated out to center. Now it's Cavolo, and she dumps it into the Castleton zone on the follow. Cavolo in behind Paula Stevens. Now with it, left wing corner, Loisel actually overskated to Cavolo, tried to get it to Loisel, and skating it out to center. It's Jade Werger out of British Columbia, Canada. Now Hannah Martini along the near boards. Molly Howard is number 16 also out on this line for Castleton. Cleared out to center, and Danny Roberts kept it alive. Back to Martini, who sends it back in. We talked before about the how diversified this women's hockey team is at Castleton, with Europeans and players from Canada and Western Canada. And
quite the international house of pancakes, as you would say.
It is. It is probably the most diverse team of all the teams at Castleton. Danny Roberts out of St. Albans, Vermont, which is the headquarters of hockey here in the state of Vermont, the home of John LeClaire, as people know.
Very successful women's program and a pretty good guys program.
Yeah,
I might
they're
add.
pretty good. For a while there, they won all the state championships. Backpedaling now is Russell, sends it in behind her own goaltender. Narodoe, though, grabs it at the right wing corner. Right in front, quick shot, save, and Jensen the save. Jensen again the save. Newton, and it's blocked in front toward the corner. Looking to clear it away. McIsaac toward the far corner. Samantha Fallon's number 2 back at the right wing circle. The save made as the shot came in from Daniels. Now pouncing on it, Narodoe. Narodoe tried to center it at the slot, and it comes back out to center. And Sam Peon, who played her high school hockey at Proctor Academy in New Hampshire. Peon up to the center ice circle. Peon snaps it in, and it's stopped right in front by Dandrio. Got it up to center, right onto the puck, onto the stick of Greenberg eventually. Fires in on Paula Stevens, who steers it toward the far corner. Sullivan, number 4, in on the forecheck. Molly Howard, number 16 for the Spartans. They're pinching up far corner. There's Howard. That's and there's actually a Howard for UMass Boston, Emily Howard. So there were 3 Howards. Allie and Molly Howard for Castleton. Emily Howard, number 23 for UMass Boston. They are not related. As it's cleared out to center all the way back down. This should be icing against the Spartans, and it will be. It's scoreless. 15:28 to go, first period in the ECAC East quarters.
Well, again, Jackie, we're about 5 minutes in right here, and I'm so impressed with the forecheck. And you can see a couple of the saves right here made by UMass's goalie, Shivey, right now. I mean, Castleton is just all over the front of the net, and I'm accrediting that, Jack, to the great forechecking that they're doing inside of that zone to maintain possession of the puck.
Play back in. This is Allie Howard, number 6. Allie Howard to the red line of Molly Howard. Fires into the Beacon zone. Allie follows it up to the right wing corner. Talked about the forecheck. Rachel Bombargi, number 7 for the Spartans. Bombargi pinching up along the far boards. Bombargi almost got to it at the slot. Cleared out near the line. Nicolina Jensen keeps it in. Nicolina, the backhander back in front. It goes right to Bombargi. Back to Jensen along the far boards. Jensen to the circle. Shoots it in and snaps it in wide. Along the near boards, kept alive by Peon to Anna Daniels. Right across. Wanted to go to Bombargi. Daniels back in behind the net. Trying to feed it back to Jensen at the circle. And Newton kept it in. Nice play there. And now Narodoe and Daniels now. Daniels keeping the pressure on toward the corner.
Again, look at that forecheck, Jack. Just keeping it inside the zone, getting more offensive chances.
Samantha Fallon over for it for the Beacons and clears it out off the far boards on a chase there. Cavolo doesn't have the numbers. 1-on-3, 1-on-4 eventually as Jade Werger skates it out to center along the near boards for Castleton. Snaps it into the end boards as Dandrio tries to clear it around, but a Spartan right there on it as the long shot came in from Hannah Martini. Comes to the near corner. Castleton has 6 shots on goal in the early going, 2 for UMass Boston. Martini, now it's out to Danny Roberts at the left point. Long shot saved by Scheibe, and she hangs on.
Good shot from the point, Jack, but there was no action in front there for a screen, so Scheibe was able to make that save pretty easy in the midsection.
Spidle's on with Rachel Bombargi. And also Allie Howard. It's Roberts and Coyne at the points. Face off of the UMass Boston zone. Allie Howard kept it alive, sent it to the slot, cleared out, and Coyne bangs the puck back into the Beacon zone. Beacons in blue, Castleton in the white sweaters. Around far side, Dandrio.
I believe that's a delayed offside that's going to be called.
Yep.
Arm was up there for a while by referee Bove there, and I thought everybody had tagged up, but apparently there was one deep inside the zone there. So we'll have a face-off just outside on the UMass
Tell us the
zone.
playoffs because the first and second lines are cycling through a lot.
Pretty quick.
It's La Rosa with Cavolo and Loisel for the Beacons now. And that line of Narodoe, Jensen, and Daniels, and Peon and Newton are at the points. right now for the Spartans. It trickles into the Spartan zone. Back for Sam Peon. Peon lost it there as Cavolo picked it up. Cavolo to La Rosa. Back around, though, and the Spartans right on it quickly. You like the way they're playing early. Anna Daniels flips it in wide on the glove side. Far side. Skated down by Cavolo. Drops it into the Castleton zone. Eileen Coyne with it. Going up to Werger. Werger off the near boards of the red line is played by Federspiel. Drops it into the Castleton zone. Danny Roberts careful to get it out to Werger, but it goes by her, and pouncing on it is Fallon. Finally steered all the way in from just outside the line by Emily Russell. The Spartans can't quite clear it out, and they finally do pounce on it again as Roberts got it from Courtney White. Courtney White at the corner tries to send it to Federspiel and cleared outside the zone, or apparently did they keep it in? Well, it doesn't matter. Here,
2-on-1 if you hurry.
Here now is Hannah Martini, left wing circle, a drive and a save, and on the rebound, Allie Howard can't get a stick on it as Martini had the shot initially. And it's loose in front, stepping up, Newton, and it's blocked to the end boards. Newton again, Christine Newton from Ogden, Utah. We talked about how diversified this team is. Western U.S., Western Canada, Europe, Eastern U.S. The Castleton Spartans buzzing around in the UMass Boston zone. Nicolina Jensen, the rookie of the year, to the slot, snaps it in.
Hit
the post, and on the rebound, the puck is loose. Still loose side of the net. Anna Daniels with it. Past Jensen and out to center. The Spartans have one post now.
Oh, what a move by Jensen right there. Faked that they were going to do a scissor move. She cut through the slot and right off the post, rang it up high.
Let's take another look at it here. Nicolina Jensen, the rookie of the year, lines it up, banging it off the post.
Yeah, almost off the T-jack, right on that upper side, right to the stick side. That's where you want to go if you're inside tight right there. Goalie's usually weak on the stick side. And, drop down to one knee right between the circles.
Most goalies, not Mike Coppinger. Long pass onto the stick of Cavolo. It's 2-on-1 right in front. And, what a save by Stevens. Loisel robbed by Paula Stevens.
Well, Jack, end-to-end action. That looked like it was a glove save off high as she loses her stick off to the side.
Now it's Molly Howard the other way. Molly Howard, and a nice job of sweeping it away there. Capione on the back check and swatting it ahead. It's Emily Howard up to center. Here again is Loisel, who just got robbed a moment ago. Shoots it to the right wing corner diagonally. Spartans the other way with Speidel. End-to-end action here in the quarters. Speidel with speed. Sends it all the way in on Scheibe, and she has to steer it to the corner. Emily Howard in on the forward check and comes right in front onto the stick of Greenberg, who skates it up for UMass Boston. Greenberg over the red line. Flips it in off Newton, right in on Stevens. Is coming down the slot was Emily Howard. So the Spartans have a post and the spectacular save, robbing Loisel. Yeah, it is Paula Stevens.
Yeah, inside tight, Jack. And, Stevens stayed with it the whole time. And I got to give her credit. She has not seen many shots up to this point. So to be able to stay in the game and stay alert on a shot like that, on what was pretty much a breakaway from about the top of the circles, takes a lot of concentration.
It is scoreless, 10:15 to go in the first period here at the Spartan Arena. Eileen Coyne pounces on it for the Spartans. Flips it up, deflected out to center. Daniels to Jensen. Nicolina over the line. Fires in and rattles it off the boards in behind Scheibe. Back toward the end boards, Daniels on the forward check. Near side, goes by Fallon. Jensen grabs it. Jensen tried to center it, blocked and cleared out by the Beacons. Back into the Castleton zone and back forward. Number 4, Eileen Coyne for Castleton as the Beacons change up. Coyne flips it across the red line, but right on it was Emily Russell. But they can't clear it out. Here's Molly Howard to the right wing circle. Cuts it in toward the end boards. Molly Howard wrapped up there by D'Andrio. And they blow the whistle. We'll get a face-off. Scoreless, 9:30 to go first period. Jack Healey, Mike Coppinger from the Spartan Arena. We got men's hockey action tonight. We got a little bit of a break between games, and more than a little bit. It's 7 o'clock tonight for Castleton and New England College. Also on PEGTV, Channel 20 on the Rutland, Vermont Comcast cable system.
Yeah, we have the matinee here and then the late show later on.
Mentioned originally this game scheduled for 3 o'clock. Newton steps up. Newton sends it down low, sent right across the crease by Ali Howard. Had the right idea. Maybe he should have taken the shot, though. And it's cleared out to center. Chopped back the other way as the Spartans lose it. But getting it back, Ali Howard, but getting it right back is Fetterspiel. Fetterspiel sends it in wide of Stevens, who leaves it for Sam Pion. Chased there by White. Now back near side to Newton. Newton flips it off the near boards. Out near the line. Kept in there by Cavolo. Now looking for it is La Rosa, but back out to center. Ali Howard at the red line. Backtracking, it is Salisbury back into the UMass Boston zone. It's left for McIsaac. McIsaac taps it up on the left wing side. Kicked ahead by La Rosa at the red line. Back toward the UMass Boston zone, and it's cleared out. La Rosa down the middle. It's got Loisel on the right wing. Save by La Rosa far side. Cavolo also on this line. Loisel sent it out to the left point. That's Campion. Now
it's the best puck control we've seen out of UMass right now as they cycle down in that zone.
Loisel trying to send it toward the far post. It's in behind the net now. Pinching up. That's Emily Howard, number 23. Back along the near boards, out to the right post. D'Andrio fires in, deflected toward the corner. Now it's Eileen Coyne who clears it out to center, where it's knocked back in by the Beacons' Capio. Back out the other way onto the stick of Sullivan. Sullivan over the line. Sullivan to the left wing circle, lost it, and Spartans bring it back the other way. Coyne ahead to Molly Howard. Molly Howard fires in. Shivey makes the save and goes up over the glass and out of play. Spartans have 13 shots on goal, 5 for the Beacons.
I'm telling you, Jack, it's pretty impressive right now, and that definitely was a save right there. It came off the upper pad as Shivey went down to the butterfly, and it was strange how that ricocheted all the way out of the net, or out of the arena. You don't normally see that come out of the arena of a save there.
I think you would have had enough glass there to keep it in play. Spartans right on it again. The Spartans dominating play, but it's scoreless with 7:12 to go in the first period. These two teams met in Boston back in late November. The only meeting of the year between the two teams. Castleton won it by a score of 3, and it apparently is.
Looks like offsides. It's going to be inside the zone.
Rachel Bombardi.
I'm actually not sure, because if it was offside, it would be outside the zone.
Yeah, it would be. Here's Newton. Fires through traffic. It goes wide. Far corner, trying to jump on it. McIsaac over there. McIsaac still coming back in behind her own goaltenders. Fallon. Samantha Fallon up the middle now for UMass Boston. Up to center. Fallon over the line. Fallon tries to split the defense. Knocked away by Stevens near side. Courtney White over there. But Spartans in transition. Deflected in by Speidel. And that came from outside the red line. It's an icing call. Scoreless with 6:37 to go in the first period.
I think that pass right there was a little bit rushed. I think they were actually trying to get it up into the zone so they could finish their change that they were looking for. And just came off the skates there. Wasn't quite on the stick.
La Rosa on the face-off with Rachel Bombardi for Castleton. La Rosa, number 11 for UMass Boston. Down low, Loisel, short side. Stevens made the save, and Loisel trying to pull the trigger, couldn't get back on it. Campion, right point. Back toward La Rosa. Ali Howard then swats at the length of the ice. This will be icing against the Spartans.
Again, Castleton not putting together too good of a breakout right there, just electing to ice it. Reorganize things and try it again. So we'll have the face-off coming back down in front of their own net.
Emily La Rosa, she's got 6 goals on the year, 8 assists on the face-off with Rachel Bombardi. Won by the Beacons, and Isaac shot flipped, or D'Andrio, I should say, flipped in and deflected toward the far corner. Castleton zone, Newton comes over. La Rosa to her knees. Back out, D'Andrio blocked in front.
Hit some action in front. I don't even know if it got to Stevens or not.
I don't think it did. In behind the net, Loisel centers it, and La Rosa can't get a stick on it, but D'Andrio does. Sent it toward the corner. Loisel wheels around left wing circle toward the slot. Now left wing circle, it's Emily Howard. Howard back to the circle. Back out, D'Andrio. Through traffic, deflected toward the corner there. Jump on it, Loisel. Back out to the right point, Capione, and knuckleballs in on Stevens. She makes the save.
And again, a little soft shot in from the point, Jack, and Stevens was able to see that all the way. Any goalie that's going to see a shot out from the point there is going to make that probably, I'd say, about 100% of the time. Where you wanted, if you're an offensive player there for UMass, you want to get some action in front, get a stick on it, redirect it any way you can, cause the goalie some problems.
Play back in, down low. Stevens right there, and the shot from the left wing circle, down low in the circle. Sullivan knocked toward the end boards. A flurry here for UMass Boston. 5:10 to go first period. It's scoreless at the Spartan Arena. The ECAC East Division III women's quarters as it's out near the line. Anna Daniels can't control. Sullivan sends it toward the corner. Backboard, it is Danny Roberts. Danny Roberts to Eileen Coyne as Castleton looks to get it out of the zone. Flipped up to center. Daniels can't quite get to it, and it's knocked back into the Castleton zone. Back on it, Danny Roberts for Castleton. Danny Roberts up to center, where it's played there by Russell. Knocked away by Werger. Werger trying to chase it down. Here's Hannah Martini along the far boards. Hannah Martini there with Molly Howard and Jade Werger on this line. Back to Martini. Martini lost it along the far boards, deflected to the Castleton line, where Peon sends it back to the UMass Boston line. And knocked back into the Beacon zone. The pass off the stick of Federspiel into the Castleton zone, and back forward is Newton. Newton in behind her own goaltender. Being chased there by White. Newton and White there. Bombargi comes over. Now it's Peon. Peon steers it up along the near boards for Allie Howard up to center. UMass Boston over the last minute or two, Mike, has picked it up a notch. And Castleton took play early, but the last minute or two, it's been UMass Boston. And you got to wonder if cycling those first two lines in may have worn them down just a little bit, and UMass has been able to take the advantage there. Newton dumps it in. Radowi trying to get to it, cleared out. Loisel on a chase. Should be nice. Well, Loisel beat Newton to the puck initially. Comes along the near boards, and it's Nicolina Jensen, center ice circle with speed over the line. Jensen shot rattles off the boards in behind Scheibe. Now Radowi comes over along the near boards, out to Roberts, fires in, save made. Scheibe, Jensen tried to get a stick on it on the way through, but I don't believe ever touched it, and it's cleared out, and this will be icing. No, and I didn't catch UMass Boston. And I didn't catch the defenseman in the front for UMass actually had Jensen's stick up right there. You can see right there in front, she gets the stick right up right there, so Jensen can't get a piece of it. Nice job right there, and nice job of Scheibe putting that save into the corner, not leaving it on the doorstep. Face off in the UMass Boston zone. 3:09 to go first period. In the corner, Werger trying to step up to it. Cleared near side for Salisbury. Number 19. Shovels it up. Loisel head to Cavolo. Right wing circle save. Stevens. She covers up. Nobody can get to the rebound. Martini was there anyway. Well, UMass is starting to even out the shots right now, Jack, as you had pointed out here late in this first period. Another opportunity right here for UMass coming on the near side. Defenseman doing a nice job coming over, cutting down that angle. And Stevens making the save and covering up the rebound. Left it on the doorstep. He was quick to jump on it. Sullivan with Howard and Greenberg on this line here for UMass Boston. Actually, that was the original line. Greenberg is out there, number 3. This is Greenberg here toward the right wing corner, shadowed by Newton. Shovels it toward the slot where it's picked off by Molly Howard. Back toward the line, back out, and here's Allie Greenberg. Snaps it in, deflected by Newton in on Stevens, and Stevens holds on. Emily Howard coming down the slot. Emily Howard for UMass Boston to repeat. Allie Howard and Molly Howard for Castleton. 2:22 to go first period. It's scoreless. Vera Sevens, Bombargi, and Emily Russell on the draw out to the left point. McIsaac there, puck on edge though, and Bombargi clears it out for the Spartans. Back on it, Fallon, chased by Allie Howard. McNeil out there as well, number 18 for the Spartans. Allie Howard lost an edge there as back and forth to Fallon with it. 2 minutes to go first period. Scoreless, cleared out to center. Back into the Castleton zone. Coyne being chased by Federspiel. Coyne flips it up and plays it herself. Up the middle, Narodowi with it. Narodowi over the red line. Narodowi over the UMass Boston line. The Jensen snaps it in. Scheibe makes the save. Narodowi Back toward Daniels. Daniels cuts it in toward the end boards right in front. Jensen, and it's deflected. And it is Daniels again. I don't think she got it all the way through from the short side. Tough angle. And here on it is number 11 for UMass Boston, La Rosa. And she scores. The breakaway. Emily La Rosa puts the Beacons up 1-0.
Well, Jack, what if a change of events right here? Castleton coming off a nice shot on the other side. And UMass picks up right about the red line right here, as you said, Jack, and went top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. Not much of a chance right there for Stevens. As she had broken out just a look. You can see right there, Jack, right at the red line on the far side, and had all the time in the world to come on down and make that shot on the glove side.
Emily La Rosa on the breakaway beats Stevens, and it's 1-0 UMass Boston. Cleared back down into the Spartan zone. Danny Roberts on it. Werger. The Spartans hit a post here in the first period. Dominated play for 3/4 of the period. Find themselves trailing 1-0.
And it's a funny old game like that, Jack. And sometimes when you're really pushing to keep that puck in the offensive zone, sometimes those are the chances you're going to take. And that puck just squirted out. And again, going back to that came off of a great shot from Castleton. And I'm not sure if it made it all the way into Scheibe or not. She
Sullivan on the backhander save Stevens. All right.
But she had flashed the glove at it, Jack, going back just before that goal. I'm not sure if she made the save or not.
We'll take another look at it here in transition.
And again, I can see the defenseman pinching in just a little bit, and there it is right there. I couldn't tell if possibly got it with the glove or not, but that's what led to the transition in that goal, that breakaway goal.
Back to live action. Shot from the near side and trying to get a stick on it with Sullivan, who plays it back toward the end boards to Emily Howard. Emily Howard skates it toward the corner, drops it toward the end boards. Mombargi there for the Spartans. 20 seconds to go in the period. Mombargi comes over again. Emily Howard and a couple of players. 3 out of the 4 in the corner. Go to the deck. Greenberg tried the wrap around. Greenberg had it knocked away. Peon with it. Slides it up with 3 seconds to go to Allie Howard. And it's deflected by Speidel and sticked away by Scheibe, and time expires, ending the first period. And it's 1-0 UMass Boston after a period in the ECAC East. A quarterfinal matchup. I'm assuming that's an unassisted goal for La Rosa.
I would certainly think so, Jack. And I think it was an attempt to just clear the puck out of the zone that picked up.
Again.
Yeah. And all the way in right there. And no doubt about it, pulled back to that side and went top shelf. Again, not much Stevens could do about that. Picking up the puck from the red line on a breakaway, boy, I tell you.
17 shots on goal for Castleton. 17 saves for the goaltender Casey Scheibe. Here it is again. This is the only goal of the first period. This is La Rosa, her 7th goal of the year. Emily La Rosa at the with 1:24 to go in the period, which the reverse of that is. Anyway, we'll get to that, the mathematics. 1:24 left in the first period. That goal, again, by La Rosa, her 7th of the year. 1-0 UMass Boston here at the Spartan Arena. ECAC East, quarterfinal action in women's hockey. The number 4 seeded Castleton Spartans hosting the number 5 seed UMass Boston Beacons. And it is that 18-16 of the first period. And we got that straight. 1-0 UMass Boston. We'll be back right before the start of the second Spartan Arena. Jack Healey and Mike Coppinger. A goal late in the first period by Emily La Rosa. Here it is, her 7th of the year, unassisted.
Yeah, La Rosa picked this puck up along the boards, Jack. Went through the 2 Spartan players that were over there, picked it up, came over the red line all the way in, top shelf, as I said, right over Stevens' glove. And Castleton, had great opportunities, Jack. We talked about it early on. Here's the shot right here that led to that breakaway for UMass. There was a flurry out in front. And that's where it originated from right there. And Castleton did a good job of controlling it, but just defenseman pinching in a little bit allowed for that breakaway to occur. And it's still hard to see whether the goaltender got a glove on that shot originally, and again, that was right prior to that goal coming. A couple of shots right there again. And towards the end, Jack, I think it was about the 5-minute mark that UMass really started to even out those shots, because they were quite a bit down, and was able to get a bunch in. And right now they stand at 17-13 with Castleton in favor. But boy, I tell you, with 5 minutes left to go in the game, I think it was about 6 shots that UMass had.
Yeah, in the period, Colleen Harris in her third year. Bill Bowes in his second year as the head coach of the Castleton women's team, and Colleen Harris in her third. 17 shots on goal for Castleton, as Mike mentioned. And Casey Scheibe has the 17 saves, a freshman from Arlington, Massachusetts. And 13 shots on goal for UMass Boston, 12 saves for Paula Stevens, a sophomore from Seattle, Washington. Here in the second period as we look out, Castleton going left to right, and UMass Boston in the blue uniforms going right to left. And right off the bat, the Spartans get the puck into the UMass Boston zone. Nicolina Jensen to Anna Daniels. Anna Daniels on a battle there with Mike Isaac, and it's cleared back out to center by the Beacons. Danny Roberts and Eileen Coyne at the blue line here to start it off. Over the line, Nicolina Jensen. It's going to be an offside call.
Yeah, jumped off on the far side there, Jack. A little bit anxious to get things started here and try to even things up in the second period.
Just joining us, Nicolina Jensen, the Rookie of the Year in the ECAC East, and all rookie first-teamers. Jensen along with Daniels and also Sam Peon. And Danny Roberts, who just had the puck there, number 9, is on the second team. She's not a rookie, of course. She's on the second team overall, ECAC East. And on the ECAC East overall team, Nicolina Jensen is an honorable mention. She is the Rookie of the Year and first-team All-Rookie, and an honorable mention on the overall team. Play back in. UMass Boston looking to control. It's D'Andrio. Sent it across the red line. Intercepted by Hannah Martini. Over the line. A drive, and it's steered to the end boards by Scheibe. Would have gone in. Well, they give that as a shot on goal. It looked like it probably would have gone wide. But
yeah, I agree.
Here in transition the other way. Courtney White fires and scores! Oh, my. 2-0, UMass Boston.
Well, Jack, the shot coming from the far side just inside the circles. And, Jack, I'm going to say right now, I thought Stevens was a little deep in her net as it went over her stick side right there. I think that was the real problem right there, is she wasn't out cutting down her angle and got caught a little bit deep right there. About midway up, she might have gotten handcuffed. It's hard to tell from her exactly, but it definitely was on the stick side.
Courtney White. 52 seconds of the second period. Courtney White, her third of the year. And quickly in close, the save by Stevens. And a little bit of contact after Stevens on her backside making the save. The puck in there somewhere. Emily Howard started to raise her arms. She might have thought that went across.
Yeah, it was trapped underneath of Stevens right there, and everyone's going to take a swat at it. And a little bit of fisticuffs over on the far side right there, as Castleton was holding their ground. And they're going to say that this faceoff is coming outside of the zone.
So White on the goal. That's her third of the year. That's a goal from, in effect, the third line for the Beacons, who have really picked it up after Castleton dominated early. And now the Beacons have a 2-0 lead early going second period in the Beacon zone. Anna Daniels trying to get to it, pouncing on it, McIsaac. Tipped in by Naradoe to Anna Daniels at the end boards. Try to center it. It went too far for Jensen. Emily Howard tries to clear it out. And finally, on the second opportunity, the Beacons get it back down into the Spartan zone and back forward to Sam Peon. Peon roars up to center. Peon over the line down the middle is trying to get a shot away as she went to the prone position. Transition the other way. It's Cavolo left to right, center ice circle, taps it into the Spartan zone. Cavolo on a chase. Newton there. Newton sends it near side. Looking to pounce on it, La Rosa. La Rosa scored the first goal, number 11. Moiselle in on this line as well. That very good first line for UMass Boston. Molly Howard sent it into the Beacon zone, but the Beacon's back out the other way. LaRosa for Loisel, and she scores. Oh, pretty play. And UMass Boston now has opened up a 3-0 lead with 17:34 to go in the second period.
Jack, nice move right here as they penetrate inside behind the defense of Castleton. Couple of nifty moves. Deeks in on Stevens, and that's going to be the night for her as they're electing to swap goaltenders up right now.
Jess Cameron, a freshman from Mount Melick, Prince Edward Island.
And another shot at the goal right here, Jack. Again, a couple of nifty moves. Side to side, deke to deke, and puts it low on the glove side.
Now in goal for Castleton, number 1, Jess Cameron.
There's a save off the stick of Allie Howard by Scheibe. That was Loisel. That wasn't the... it was Loisel on the goal. That was not the announcement.
The goal was scored by number 16, Katie Loisel.
Yeah, okay. They just corrected it.
That's
Loisel, her 5th of the year. LaRosa getting the assist. 3-0 UMass Boston, and Cameron is the new goaltender, number 1 for the Spartans. Paula Stevens, and actually Paula's going back in. Paula Stevens is back in. Probably just
must have been an equipment issue.
I don't think you changed things that. I mean, it must have been. I'm not here to coach by any stretch. Here's Newton fires in, and I don't think it got all the way through. I guess it did. The save by Scheibe as they put it up on the board. Made the left pad save. Spartans have some work to do now as UMass Boston has the 3-0 lead.
Well, Jack, I was just getting ready to say in the 2-goal, the next goal is going to be the most important one, because either way, you know, if it's for Castleton, you're within 1. If it's UMass, you're starting to really put things out of reach. And I didn't think it was going to happen so soon.
Tipped into the zone. Here's Peon. You know, you're a goaltender. We'll get to it in just a second as the shot snapped in wide by Emily Howard from the slot. And Castleton really has to keep UMass Boston off the board here after trailing 3-0. Here's Nicolina Jensen. Sent it to the end board. Nicolina pouncing on it. The NAC, or the ECAC East Rookie of the Year. The NAC is one of the other conferences that Castleton participates in. So many conferences, Mike.
The alphabet soup there, Jack.
Here's Eileen Coyne. Through traffic, save, and on the rebound, it goes wide as Anna Martini is in there at the doorstep. Molly Howard here, it's Jade Werger. Molly Howard now at the corner. Molly Howard along the near boards out to the right point to Coyne. Fires in, deflected way up in the air and out of play. 3-0 UMass Boston. UMass Boston getting goals from LaRosa, Loisel, and also Courtney White. And now back in goes Cameron. Into the goal.
So a little confusing there as to switching it up a couple of times there, but nevertheless, we do have a change in Castleton.
We're going to keep an eye on it here. Side of the net, knocked away by Scheibe, and here in transition, it is Greenberg up to center. Greenberg drops the puck into the Spartan zone in behind Cameron, and backboard Eileen Coyne. Coyne there, Danny Roberts for the Spartans, and she starts it up on the left wing. Slides it up off Spidle's stick. Spidle trying to chase it down. Spidle ridden off the puck, and nice job there riding her off the puck. McIsaac, the defenseman, and Capion. Capion is the other defenseman there, number 15, getting it back from McIsaac. Rachel Bombargi kept it alive to Allie Howard. The save made by Scheibe, and Howard couldn't quite get to the rebound here. Allie Howard battling there with McIsaac. McIsaac lost it. Bombargi turns, fires, save. Scheibe right in front. They score! And let's see who got to it. Was it Spidle picking up the loose puck? Spartans are on the board. It's 3-1 UMass Boston.
Well, Jack, there was some action in front there that looked like it was actually a kick at first, and I think the kick got it to go in the right direction, and then somebody from Castleton got a stick on it.
It might have been Spidle. It might have been Molly Howard. We'll see here.
And the referees are actually asking right now. for some clarification.
The puck was loose, and nice job on the goal by Castleton.
Here's the replay here, Jack. And
Castleton goal scored by number 6.
It's Allie Howard, not Molly Howard.
5:28 of the second period.
Number 6.
Howard unassisted at 5.
They say unassisted.
unassisted. Interesting, Jack, with all that action in front. That's a big goal right there for Castleton, Jack. Starting to claw back in.
Correction on the Castleton goal scored by number 19.
Yeah, Speidel. Speidel. Another correction on the goal. I wasn't even sure if Allie was out there. I thought Molly Howard was out there, but Paula Stevens is back in goal. We really have to. I've never seen this before, where they're substituting goalies back and forth a couple of times. Got to keep our eye out there. Paula Stevens back in goal, and Paula Stevens makes the save in close. So it was Speidel on the goal, which is who I thought it was originally. And I'm surprised it's not.
I'm surprised somebody didn't get a little bit of an assist there. There's that kick right there, Jack, that I was talking about, and I was afraid that they might disallow the goal entirely.
Actually, Allie Howard was on the ice, but anyway, Speidel got the goal. I think Allie Howard's at least part of that line. So
now in goal for Castleton.
Now Cameron's back in goal. Here come the Spartans the other way. Here's Werger, a drive, and the save made by Scheibe. Molly Howard coming down on the right wing side.
And, Jack, it looks like we are going to have a penalty right there.
The first penalty of the hockey game. That goal by Speidel, of the Castleton goal, they did announce it. Speidel at the 5:28 mark. They say unassisted. And for Speidel, it was her third goal of the year. And here comes the penalty against McIsaac.
And Stevens is back in at goal. Jack, I got to tell you, I've never seen this. I've been around hockey for.
And you're a goalie.
And I'm a goalie myself. And I don't know if this is just a way to get her legs moving a little bit, get her into the game a little bit. But anyway, nevertheless, we do have a power play for Castleton right now. This could be exactly what the doctor ordered.
It's a roughing call, and the Spartans on the power play. It's the first power play of the hockey game for either team. A real bizarre first half of the second period here. 3-1 UMass Boston as Daniels wraps it off the glass.
That was ticketed for the top corner there, Jack. Just missed it.
Back out to the left point. It is Roberts to the left circle. It is Peon, the one-timer. Looks like toward the end boards. It went in wide anyway. Not sure if somebody got a piece of it. Peon on the pass out to Roberts, who has to play it back at center ice for Castleton. Roberts over the line. Roberts in deep, stops along the near boards. Molly Howard is out, along with Martini out. Also Peon is out. Werger out on the power play. Hit a Martini with a left wing corner. Back out now to Peon along the far boards. A minute left on the power play to Coyne. Try to feed it back to the left wing circle to Martini, and knocked out to center.
Castleton's got to be patient. They got to set it up, create some holes, create some scoring opportunities.
Werger now at the end boards. Werger sent it to the far corner. Martini on a chase, and Loisel tries to chop it out. Kept in by Molly Howard. Molly Howard sent it to the left wing side. Back out to the point. Newton's shot goes in wide. 33 seconds left on the power play. Coyne through traffic. It deflected. Staying with it. Scheibe. Martini trying to get a stick on it. Now Werger with it. Down low right circle. Hit the side of the net. Back toward the corner. Molly Howard there. And now Hannah Martini. Down low in the right circle. And the save made on the short side by Scheibe with 16 seconds left on the Spartan power play.
Again, shot coming from the low side right there, Jack, almost on the goal line. Not a high percentage shot. You can see the goalie has the near side pretty well marked off right there. Not a very high percentage chance to score right there. And again, Jack, we have another change in goal.
Here's Jensen's shot and the save by Scheibe now. Here's Peon in behind the net. Back along the near boards, back to Nicolina Jensen. Midpoint now, Roberts back to Jensen, top of the right circle. Back now to Roberts, penalty over, both teams at full strength. The drive through traffic, I'm not sure if it got all the way through and it's cleared out. Penalty over, both teams at full strength, and it should be icing as the penalty is over, and it is against UMass Boston. 11:14 to go, second period. A bizarre second period. UMass Boston has a 3-1 lead.
It is, Jack, and things have really evened themselves out right now. First penalty in the game right there at Castle. Really needed to take advantage of that to try to get a power play goal to get within one goal of this UMass team.
On top of that, we're having substitutions in goal like it was a basketball game here. Back and forth, offense and defense, except we're talking about goaltenders here. Cameron and Stevens for the Spartans, and Cameron's in goal right now as the puck is cleared out to center, and Coyne pounces on it for the Spartans back in our own zone now. Danny Roberts out of St. Albans, Vermont, floats it into the UMass Boston zone on a chase alley. Howard toward the end boards. Beating her to the puck was Jess Salisbury. Now it comes up to Greenberg. Greenberg up the middle and right onto the stick of Emily Howard. Emily Howard flips it in diagonally, left wing corner of the Castleton zone. Spartans now Coyne up to center across the red line. Played there by McIsaac. Drops it in, played by Peon. Got it up to center. Nicolina Jensen over the line. With speed, spins, backhander, and Scheibe steers it to the near boards. Pitch it up along the near boards in the Beacon zone. Rosa steers it around up to Loisel. Jensen gets it back. It was poked to her by Peon. Peon gets it back and drive through traffic. Blocked. That was blocked nicely by Samantha Fallon. Back to Nicolina Jensen. Puts on a move. Nicolina Jensen lost it to Sam Fallon. Fallon skates out to center.
Got caught in a bit of a change here, Jack.
And she drives it in wide. On the boards, near side. And it comes out. McIsaac whistled out for offside. 3-1 UMass Boston, 9:37 to go in the second period. LaRosa, Loisel, and White scoring for UMass Boston. Speidel scoring for the Spartans. Paula Stevens back in goal. Well, on local radio, every week we talk to Bill Bowes, and I got to keep this one in mind. I think I'll remember to ask him about the goaltending changes here in the second period.
Jack, the only thing I can think of is to try to keep the goalie into the game, try to keep their legs moving. That's the only thing I can think of.
And Werger is offside.
And it's the long change too, Jack. I don't know if you ever refer to that when
right,
they
because
change
the goalie
ends.
is the opposite from where the bench is.
And it's a longer one. I mean, you have when they change again, Castleton will have their defense right in front of them. It's the short change. This is actually a long change, so it's even longer that the goalie has to travel.
Play back in along the far side. Courtney White clears it out to center on a chase. Federspiel managed to drop it toward Russell. Back toward Federspiel in behind the net. Russell then lost it to Danny Roberts. Danny Roberts floats it up to center. And Speidel pounces on it over the line. Speidel left wing circle and fires in wide on the glove side over the glove of the goaltender Scheibe. Rachel Bombargi now with it. Now toward Newton at the line. Pinching up, still pinching up. Comes out to center. And it's poked away. Speidel back over the line for the Spartans. Speidel had it poked away. Nice job again by Fallon. And now controlling is Emily Russell. Sent it across the red line. Peon sends it off the near boards in front of the Castleton bench. Knocked back the other way by Capion. Capion managed to squeeze the puck into the zone and eventually goes in on, which one is in there now? Paul
I believe
Stevens.
that's Stevens.
She's back. It covers up.
Not for long though, Jack, because we have another change.
Here comes Cameron in. I hope you're keeping track of which one has the save.
I can't. I don't think
we
that's
know
really
combined
possible.
they have 24 saves. I have no idea how many each one has individually.
Number 1, Jess Cameron.
Nicolina Jensen up to center. Gonna get it back from Neradoe. Nice steal there by Greenberg over the line. A drive, block. Greenberg again below the dot, and the save made. It comes out to the slot, and the shot goes up over, and I think it went out of play. Came hit from McIsaac.
So, Jack, I'm trying to equate what we're seeing here with this goaltending situation with other sports. It'd be like in baseball, having a pitcher come in and then go to first base, and when the next batter comes up, go
I
back
drew the
as
analogy
pitcher.
to basketball.
Yeah,
That's a better analogy as McIsaac fires in wide on the glove side of Cameron. Now Jensen to the red line. Flips it in, all the way in on Scheibe. Has to steer it to the end boards for McIsaac. Isaac sends it along the left wing side. Martini steals. Martini in deep. Shovels it across and back toward it's Emily Howard. Back far side. Fallon pounces on it. Clears it out to center. Back down into the Spartan zone. And back forward it is Eileen Coyne. Coyne spins around her own goaltender. Flips it up to center where Fallon plays it. Fallon sends it along the near side for La Rosa. La Rosa tips it ahead. Tipped into the zone by Cavolo. And back on it, Danny Roberts for the Spartans. Out to Jade Werger. Werger back to Roberts. Roberts now sends it near side to Eileen Coyne. Up to Molly Howard. Back toward the end boards. Right there is Loisel. Now it is Cavolo. Cavolo steers it out to the left point. There is Dandrio, fires in. The save made. It bounces toward the far corner. And Werger cleared it out to center. Backhanded back in by Cavolo. Now Roberts. Up the left wing side is Werger. Fires all the way in on Scheibe, all the way in, and she steers it to the end boards, played by Dandrio. Dandrio for UMass Boston. The Beacons lead it 3-1. Lombardi intercepts. Dropped it in behind Allie Howard, and back forward it is Salisbury. Salisbury far side, played now Courtney White. Courtney White by Bombardi. Sends it up to center there. It's La Rosa. She dropped it in, but it's poked back out to center. And it played now Peon up to center now for the Spartans over the line. Sam Peon, right wing circle, stops along the near boards. Peon backhands it toward the slot, and it was deflected in, and Scheibe knocked it away. Spartans still control. As Naradoe got it to Daniels. Daniels still trying to control back to Naradoe. At the end boards, the Jensen one-timer doesn't get all the way through. It was blocked by Courtney White. Coyne along the near boards. Blocked again and steered out of there by Federspiel. And this will be an icing called against the Beacons. 5:35 to go, second period. It's a 3-1 UMass Boston lead.
Yeah,
just Stevens back in for Cameron and goal for the Spartans.
Jack, just moments ago there, Jensen, a real good opportunity right there to get a goal on the board there. Chance for a one-timer, just couldn't lean on it quite enough.
Off the face-off now, UMass Boston will be Emily Russell against Naradoe. Anna Daniels steered it toward the circle. Anna Daniels, second effort's got it. Anna Daniels to the circle, fires in, and it's off the glass in behind Scheibe. Now Jensen back to Naradoe at the end boards. Naradoe toward the corner. Salisbury tries to clear it out. Kept in by Roberts, fires in, deflected by the defenseman toward the corner. Spartans still control and then lost it as skating out and shoveling it ahead is Dandrio. Dandrio to Salisbury. And it's cleared out, no icing, and back is Eileen Coyne. Under 5 minutes to go, second period, 3-1, UMass Boston. Up the center along the far side, it's Danny Roberts, flips it in. On it is Sam Fallon. Fallon sends it by Greenberg and all the way back into her own zone. It's Danny Roberts for the Spartans at the end boards. Tried to clear it around, went by Werger, kept in by Fallon at the point, fires in, deflected toward the corner. And we have a collision there.
It should be goaltender interference, Jack.
It is interference, and it's going to go against UMass Boston.
Actually, excuse me, it should be interference, not goaltender interference. So
and
this will be the
going
second.
Off, it will be Allie Greenberg, and the Spartans have a power play opportunity. They want to cut into this. What used to be a 3-goal lead for UMass Boston. There it is again. Great job by Cam Clark, our producer.
Best in the business right there. This will be Castleton's second power play opportunity. Real crucial right here, Jack, in the closing minutes of the second period for Castleton to get a goal right here.
Beyond shot blocked all the way back down. Roberts gets it from Loisel, turns it back as Roberts over the line. Roberts left wing circle, fires in, save, and on the rebound, they score! Naradoe on the power play goal. And the Spartans now trail by 1, 3-2, UMass Boston.
Well, Jack, we were saying that is so crucial. Second power play opportunity. Probably going to be the best chance they have to start to claw their way back. Here it is right here, Jack. Great shot on, and the rebound right out in front puts it away. Another look at it. Shot comes to the top, middle of the circle, right at the dot. Rebound out in front, and upstairs with the goal.
So the Spartans, who trailed 3-0, now trail 3-2, getting the power play goal. Here's Jensen.
Scored by number 9, Captain Danny Roberts, with an assist to number 17, Brianna Naradowi.
Naradowi, I think, got the goal, not Roberts. She took the shot.
That's Roberts from Naradowi at 15:42.
It's Naradowi on the goal. Now you got that mixed up there. I'm sure they'll correct it here in a minute,
well,
Mike. Over the line, here comes Hannah Martini. Martini in close. Roberts does get an assist on that. Back in, Jess Cameron, a goal for the Spartans. Here now, Molly Howard, and the save made by Scheibe, and she hangs on. A goal by Naradowi, her 8th goal of the year on the power play. And they give the assist to Roberts. 15:42 of the second period.
Well, Jack, we've seen just about everything in this second period right now. It's been pretty interesting.
Martini snapped it in wide, in close. Back out to the left point. Roberts fires in, blocked. Back out to Werger, to Martini. Save Scheibe, puck loose. It's still loose in the crease. Looked like Fallon jumped on it somehow in the crease. Cage came off the mooring anyway.
Well, the shot came in, Jack, and I think everybody lost sight of it. The referee apparently didn't, because he didn't blow the whistle initially. Shelby even started to look around. You can see her right here is looking, where is it, where is it? And everybody converges on the net. Jeez, I think I could see it right there towards the top of the crease, right underneath number 2.
Yeah, that's Samantha Fallon.
So they're probably talking whether it should be inside or outside of the zone. Or a penalty perhaps there, Jack.
Well,
maybe something afterward.
Yeah, it's a penalty on Werger. So UMass Boston will be going on its first power play opportunity.
A hit from behind, that's a major,
Jack.
Jack.
It's a major. It's a 5-minute major on Werger, a hit from behind. Wow.
And he wants to have he wants to have a conversation with them too, because
that was in that scrum?
Yeah.
Wow, let's take a look. Where is the hit from behind here?
On number 4?
14.
No, the hit on number 4. I'm sorry. I'm trying to pick out where it could have been on Sullivan. That's the only thing that could have resembled a quote hit from behind right here. That was clearly from the side, Jack, from what I could tell. If you could see that one more time.
It's huge. It's a 5-minute major. I mean, in more ways than one. Werger is one of the.
It's right in the middle of the crease right here, Jack. You can see Sullivan for UMass gets hit, but it looks for me from the side, right on the arm, right there on the arm, puts her right into the net.
Yeah, generally in scrums like that, Mike. I mean,
there wouldn't be a call. I mean, there might be a roughing call, but for a hit from behind is.
And remember, on a major, you scores as many as you can get.
Exactly, yeah. The power play won't wash the board off if you get a goal. So Castleton's really got to hang on here through the rest of this period with 3 minutes to go right now, and then into the next period.
Fallon is on along with McIsaac on the power play on his Federspiel. Also on the ice is Cavolo and Loisel on the power play for UMass Boston. Fallon over the line. Fallon in deep. Behind the net. Here's Loisel now. 4:20 left on the major and 2:32 left in the period. 3-2 UMass Boston. Trying to step up to it at Federspiel. In close, Loisel, and that was on the short side, the side of the net, I believe. Back out, it's McIsaac to the right wing circle. Fallon shot, the save made, goes back toward Loisel. The goalie in there right now is Cameron, by the way, for the Spartans, midpoint. It is McIsaac back to Fallon. Save, Cameron. Back out to McIsaac near the line.
Castleton doing a good job staying in the box, not chasing around.
Annie Roberts now looks for an opening, and she'll scale at the length of the ice.
That's a harder save than you think, Jack. Those pucks coming all the way from the other end.
So I'm not a hockey player. I think everything's tough. Greenberg over the line. Nice job there by Martini, and she clears it out. 3:18 left on the 5-minute major on Werger. 1:30 to go in the second period. 3-2 UMass Boston. Back to grab it. Emily Howard. And a little bit of a collision there. It's slammed back into the Beacon zone by the Spartans. Back on it, D'Andrio. 1:14 to go in the second period. Bounce back and out now to Sullivan over the line. Sullivan's got Greenberg with her. Sullivan for a corner.
There is 1 minute remaining.
1 minute to go in the period. 2:40 to go on the 5-minute major. Along the near boards, La Rosa. Back out, it's McIsaac. Fires through traffic. Greenberg gets to it, and not quite at the right wing circle. And clearing it out nicely on a great play there by Nicolina Jensen. Jensen sends it in front to Daniels, and she scores shorthanded, and the Spartans have tied it. Coming back from a 3-0 deficit, the 5-minute major against the Spartans, and that combination of Jensen and Daniels score shorthanded. Spartans back in it at 3-3.
Jack, what great composure right there by Castleton on the penalty kill side to just stay in the box when they had their opportunity on the odd man rush. Did it. Look at the selflessness here. Passing the puck all the way over. Great deep move, 5-hole on Shelby. What a great job, Castleton, coming all the way back to tie it up. Short-handed, no doubt.
38.6 seconds to go in the second period. It's tied at 3. Still 2:18 left on that penalty. Anna Daniels scoring for 11th of the year. Nicolina Jensen on the assist. Daniels on the goal. Here come the Spartans again as want to get down left wing corner. That's Hannah Martini. Couldn't quite control. Naradoe was parked in front. 12 seconds to go in the period. Here come the Beacons the other way. Cavolo toward the right wing corner. Stevens back in goal. Back toward the end boards there is Loisel. 3 seconds to go in the period. Loisel in behind the net. Wrapped up. Cleared out as time expires. Ending the second period. And what a second period it has been. It was so easy to recap the first period. It's going to take an hour to recap the second period. We played 2. ECAC East quarterfinal action for the Spartan Arena in women's hockey. Tied at 3, and still 1:44 left on the 5-minute major to Jade Werger. Let's take a look at the scoring here at the end of the hockey game. Mike Coppinger.
Well, Jack, getting things started here in the second period. In the first period, UMass going on top of the board right here. You can see nice job coming all the way down, breakaway, top shelf on Stevens. And then we go into the second period, Jack. Early on with 52 into the second period, White making a nice scoring drive right there. Didn't look too good for Castleton right here as UMass went up 3 goals right here. You can see the third goal right there by UMass. And then finally Castleton. There was that third goal right there by UMass. And then finally Castleton getting on the board right here. Nice turnaround. Rebound came out in front. Originally thought it might be a kick right there, Jack, but turns out it wasn't. And that takes it to 3-1 right there. Castleton getting their second goal right here. This was an assist by Roberts right there. And then that third period, just a few moments ago, second period right here, tying it up 3-3. Reynolds from Jensen.
Daniels from Jensen.
Daniels from Jensen, excuse me, with 1922 into that second period, just towards the end there, Jack. And I tell you, that was just an absolutely fantastic period on both sides. You know, a lot of excitement, some goals there, some great saves, and to bring it all the way back. 3 goals unanswered from UMass, and then 3 goals right behind that from Castleton.
Castleton scoring 3 goals, 1 even strength, 1 power play, and 1 shorthanded. It's 3-3 after 2. Shots on goal, 36 for Castleton, 33 saves for Casey Scheibe, and 22 shots for UMass Boston combined, 19 saves for Stevens and also Cameron for Castleton. So it's 3-3. Got a beauty going here at the Spartan Arena. And remember, this is a postseason game. We play forever as far as overtime is concerned, but still a period to go in regulation. We'll be back right before the start of the third period from the Spartan Arena. It's going to be an exciting third period. Hello again, everybody. Jack Healey, Mike Coppinger. It's the ECAC East Division III quarters. Castleton and UMass Boston. Castleton has come back from a 3-0 deficit to tie it as we get set for the third period. Still a minute 44 left on the UMass Boston power play. The 5-minute major on Jade Werger.
That was a big call right there, Jack. And you thought that Castleton really could have crawled under a hole right there and died, but they didn't. They actually ended up coming back and scoring that goal shorthanded.
As we take a look at that goal, the one to tie it, and we're going to catch up on the official assists here. As the information from the ice to the press box has not been very good, the communication, and we have cleared it up here.
Well, the third UMass goal we have down as for the assist on that was Rose, but it was the Castleton assist of Bombardier for the first goal that Castleton scored was the Bombardier goal. That was not reported originally. And the second Castleton goal at 15:42, Roberts we have down as the assist there. And, of course, Jack, the one that you just talked about, the shorthanded goal, was Jensen right there. So that's where things were. We did not have Bombardier down for that second Castleton goal originally.
For the assist.
For the assist,
right.
Rather.
Well, here we go for the third period, and it is still in goal for UMass Boston. It's Scheibe, number 29, Casey Scheibe, and back in goal, it's Paula Stevens. Of course, they alternated, as you know, in the second period. Cameron and also Stevens, so we'll keep an eye out. A minute 28 left on the UMass Boston power play as we're underway in the third period. Here's Loisel in and flips it up and over the glass and out of play. So we're just underway in the third period. Now, it was a 5-minute major, but not a 10-minute misconduct, or was it?
She's in the box, so she'll come out.
Yeah, okay.
She'll come out when the minute and 21.
Yeah, they don't have the other player there, so
exactly.
Yeah, that's right. So it was a 5-minute major on Werger, and she's off for another minute 21. So UMass Boston going left to right here in the third period as you look out. Castleton going right to left as it's out to center, and McIsaac on it. Fallon also a blue liner here. Loisel is up along with La Rosa and also Cavolo. Here now over the line, Cavolo to left wing corner. This is a power play for UMass Boston early going third period. We're tied at 3. Allen. Now a little bit of a toe drag. Back to Cavolo. Cavolo back out now to McIsaac. Now left wing circle. The shot sent toward the near side as that came off the stick of La Rosa. La Rosa gets it back along the far side. 40 seconds to go in the UMass Boston power play. Loisel back to La Rosa. La Rosa now toward the end boards. La Rosa sends it all the way out to Fallon midpoint. Fallon shot blocked by Anna Dan. Left on the Beacon power play. Jensen wrapped up. Here's La Rosa back the other way for UMass Boston. On the right to Sullivan. Sullivan in, and nice job on the back check by Roberts. 12 seconds to go on the UMass Boston power play. Trying to step up to it now is Emily Howard toward the corner. Sent it right across to the crease. Knocked out by Roberts. Kept in at the line. Shot blocked and cleared out to center. That does the penalty. And the Spartans not only picking up killing off a 5-minute major, but picking up a goal themselves during that. And both teams at full strength now as the 5-minute major is over to Jade Werger, who's on the ice right now. Nice job. Again, not only killing off the penalty, but scoring to tie it during the penalty. Puck in behind Scheibe. And number 15 is Capillon. Capillon getting it back there. Also number 23 is Emily Howard. Emily Howard taps it out to center where Coyne grabs it at the red line, flips it back in. Trying to get to it. Martini. Those are the ice of the left wing circle. Cleared out to center, and back forward is Newton for the Spartans. Newton past Peon. Now Allie Howard. Allie Howard a drive. Top of the right circle. The save, and on the rebound, Bombardier trying to get a stick on it. Goes in behind the net. Bombardi almost got to it. Spidle's out there right now as well on this line. Allie Howard cleared out to center. Loisel to LaRosa. LaRosa got it into the zone, but lost control. Peon sends it into the UMass Boston zone. Will be icing against the Spartans. 3-3 to go. 3-3 our score. 17:08 to go in the third period. In regulation, we play forever. We play until there is a winner determined.
Here's that last shot by Castleton. Came high off the glove of Scheibe. Knocked it down actually in front. Didn't do herself too many favors right there. And it was sticked away into the corner.
On the face-off, LaRosa. They save by Stevens short side. Covers up. Now, Stevens has been in there the whole time in the third period, right?
Well, Jack, just as you say that.
Cameron's coming back in. You know, ever since Coach Bo started to do that, the Spartans
they've turned things around. Now, they've turned around offensively. I don't know how that relates to the goaltending, but.
Well, it did something. I mean, at least here's Nicolina Jensen. Jensen in. Jensen looks and can't get it on her backhand, still controlling. Jensen then lost it as Cavolo skates it out to center. Back to LaRosa. LaRosa fans on it, trying to get the puck into the zone. Loisel now comes over. It's offside, UMass Boston. Yeah, I was just going to say, I mean, it's a part where let's say, does it have anything to do with it? Maybe not. Here's Jensen. Got it to the.
Yeah, she tried to do that toe drag move across and just lost the handle.
Yeah, couldn't control it. Let's say just to look at it historically speaking from the point where Castleton started coming back, it might have been coincidence.
Coincidental or not.
Yeah. As far as the changes in the goaltenders are concerned, back and forth in there right now, it is Cameron for the Spartans. Up at center, it's Emily Howard. Drops it into the Spartan zone. Spartans get it back out. It trickles back into the Beacon zone. Capillon backcourt. Sends it off the far boards up to center. With it is Emily Howard. She shovels it into the end boards. In behind, and now Cameron. Backcourt Newton for the Spartans. Coming over is Emily Howard. Also in there on this line is Sullivan, and also Greenberg is there too. She's the one that just went down to the ice, and Sullivan in behind the net. Bombardi pokes it away. Greenberg tried the wraparound and fired it to the near side. Over for it is number 20, Federspiel. Sends it in behind Cameron. Picked up by Peon. Sends it ahead, deflected up the center with speed. Spidle on Fallon. Spidle and Fallon on a battle. It goes in behind Scheibe now. And the Beacons look to get it back out to center. Get it over the red line, over the Castle line, Federspiel, and it's sticked away by Cameron Coyne. Shovels it up to center with speed on a Daniels. Puck on edge, she grabs it and shoots it in, save Scheibe. Daniels back to get it. Back out to the midpoint now. Danny Roberts fires in. Jensen to Daniels and went behind her at the right wing circle. Daniels got it back, trying to go back to Jensen. Behind her, over is Courtney White up to center, near side for UMass Boston. Tipped away by Jensen. White got it back, pair of eights right in front of the Castleton bench in front of us down below. Still pinching up. Over is LaRosa as well, still pinching up. Coming over as well, number 15, Capillon, who digs it out. Capillon sends it on the left to D'Andrio, and she fires in wide of Cameron. Now played by Eileen Coyne. LaRosa shadows her. Sends it up the middle. Loisel tapped it ahead for a moment. Out to Werger, though. The Spartans control Werger over the line. Slides it in behind Scheibe. Puck loose. And it finally, D'Andrio gets to it. D'Andrio had it knocked down. LaRosa now taps it out to center, and apparently it went up into the bench area. Stoppage in play, tied at 3, 14-10 to go in the third period. It's Daniels.
Another good shot right there. Daniels trying to go on the far side. It looked like it. She picked it up on the boards across there on the other side. Looks like, yeah, she came across on the stick side, came off the blocker, and goes into the corner. We have another change in net, Jack, for Castleton, as Stevens is back in.
Back toward the end boards, trying to play it Fallon. She does. Fallon sends it on the other side, but the Spartans in on the forecheck as the shot came right across the crease. Intercepted there. Allie Howard trying to get to it. That shot came across by Hannah Martini, who's off the ice. Rachel Bombardi is on now. As went in behind Cavolo. Managed to spin it into the Spartan zone. Now the Beacons on a change. Greenberg trying to get to it. Comes out to center. Speidel with it. Speidel lost it at the line. Now back to Bombargi. Back over the line. Isaac lost it to Jensen out of the red line. And controlling is Sullivan. Sullivan drops it in off the near boards and length of the ice, and icing called against the Beacons. 3-3, 13-19 to go third period.
Jack, I got to go back to the amount of character that Castleton has shown. Going down 3-0 and midway through the second period being able to come all the way back to even things up right now. And I really wouldn't be surprised if we took this to overtime.
Nicolina Jensen shot knocked down. Jensen again at the slot. Taps it in on the backhand. Blocked in front. Loose toward the goal line. And again the shot deflected toward the near side. Jensen got a stick on it there as well. And it comes over the boards and out of play over the glass. And we have a stoppage in play.
Couple of chances right there for Castleton as they're buzzing around the net. Faceoff will still be inside of that UMass defensive zone.
Off the draw, Jensen and her backhander bounces in on Scheibe, and she covers up. 39 shots on goal for Castleton, 36 saves for Scheibe, 23 shots on goal for UMass Boston, and a combined 20 saves for Stevens and also Cameron for the Spartans. Way back in, Coyne to Roberts through traffic, and the save made. Rebound goes toward the end boards. Daniels tried to get to it.
Good save by Scheibe right there in a screen. I don't think she saw it.
Salisbury could clear it out. Roberts kept it in. Here's Daniels now. Daniels from her knees trying to swat at it. Cavolo starts it out now. Cavolo up to center ice. Cavolo still with it along the near boards. Goodbye Werger, and drops it into the Spartan zone. Is out as Cameron leaves it for Eileen Coyne. Around near side for Danny Roberts. Danny Roberts sent it behind Werger. Fired back into the zone by Salisbury. Back is Eileen Coyne. Eileen Coyne turns it up. Initially fans on the pass. Does get it up to center now to Molly Howard. Puts on a move. Molly over the line. And she fires in. Save made by Scheibe.
Dangerous rebound in front.
Werger couldn't get to the rebound. Back out to center. Dug out of there by Speidel. Speidel over the line. Speidel left wing circle. Turns and lost control. White now. White to Fetterspiel. But Allie Howard sends it back into the Beacon zone. Cleared back out by McIsaac, where the Spartans controlled again. Speidel had it knocked away. Now Newton with it center ice circle. She taps it into the Beacon zone off the near boards. Beacons play it again. Sam Fallon. Allie Howard at the line. Bombargi comes over and gloved down by Anna Daniels. Now it is Allie Howard, and the shot is snapped in wide. Around the boards, Newton back toward Allie Howard. Allie Howard still with a right wing corner. Doesn't have the numbers. It's 1-on-4. It's finally Naradoe comes out, and Molly Howard and also Danny Roberts come onto the ice to catch up. Allie comes off the ice here. Out to center, and with it is Molly Howard over the line. Molly Howard stops. Molly looks, fires, and it's blocked and cleared up in the air and back out to center. It'll bounce into the Castleton zone. On a chase now, Greenberg along the near boards. And
have a penalty coming up, Jack, against Castleton.
And I believe it's checking.
Oh, it's a big one right here.
It was contact. Yeah, it is a checking call, and it's on Jensen.
Well, this will be UMass's second power play opportunity.
Stevens back in. Yeah, the other one was the 5-minute major.
Was the big one. And you can see it right here, Jack. This is a great camera angle right here. And a little bit of a bump and rub right there into the boards. And that will result in the 2-minute power play for UMass.
So on the power play, La Rosa and also D'Andrio is back to get it. And up front, Greenberg, and also is Emily Howard. And we mentioned Greenberg and also Sullivan on the power play. Number 13. Actually, I was going to say 13 for UMass Boston. Number 3 is Greenberg.
That should be a trip right there. No call.
Power play opportunity for UMass Boston back in their own zone. Up to center with it now. It is Sullivan. Sullivan Bothered there by Naradowi on a nice play. And Sam Peon tries to clear it out, knocked down of Sullivan. Now it is on the left wing circle. Emily Howard turns to the top of the circle, fires in, goes toward the end boards, and right there it is Cavolo. Cavolo then lost it to Naradowi, looking for an opening. 55 seconds to go on the UMass Boston power play. 9:40 to go, third period. We're tied at 3. Now it is La Rosa. La Rosa chips it out toward the line. Fallon comes onto the ice now for UMass Boston. Cavolo toward the corner. Flips it right in front where it's played by Castleton's number 13, Anna Daniels, and she clears it out with 32 seconds left on the Beacon power play. 9:18 to go in regulation, tied at 3. Three seconds to go on the power play. Fallon over the line. Fallon. Coyne. Nice job on the back check. Up to Hannah Martini. Fetterspiel is number 20 trying to step in. Back toward the end boards. Loisel trying to get to it. Greenberg there. Back toward the corner. Coyne finds an opening. Kept in at the line by McIsaac and fires all the way in, and the save by Stevens, who's back in net, back out to the left point, and McIsaac again, the save by Stevens, and the penalty over. Both teams at full strength. The penalty was actually over right after that previous shot by McIsaac.
Yeah, Castleton successfully killing off a second power play opportunity for UMass. Unlike the last time scoring shorthanded, they still were successful in killing it off.
So both teams at full strength. That was the non-call there.
Non-call of a trip on the far side. Certainly I was a believer.
Cameron back in goal for the Spartans, and Cameron makes the save as the shot came in from the left wing circle. 3-3 our score, 8:32 to go in the third period.
And I believe, Jack, we're going to have a penalty at the end of this play, a little after the whistle.
And this is
roughing.
Was it roughing, checking, or interference?
It was a roughing call. He went to say interference, but it was after the whistle, so you really can't call interference.
Was after the whistle. Yeah.
Jack, I want to say that was a makeup call, but it was. I'm not sure if that was. Well, nevertheless, they still have a power play for Castleton.
Greenberg. It's roughing. It's Greenberg, the roughing call. It's Spartans on the power play. Left wing circle, Peon. Save, and on the rebound, Naradowi there. Somewhere the puck is underneath. But Castleton on a power play opportunity here. 40 saves now unofficially for Scheibe. That was the 43rd shot on goal for the Spartans.
I think she saved that right underneath her elbow as the shot comes in right there. Yeah, it looks like she has it trapped in her elbow. She's trying to hold on. I think it slipped down her backside.
Off the face-off, it's still in the circle now. Nicolina Jensen skates it out near the line. Now to Peon to the dot. Sends it in front. Save made. Peon again trying to get a stick on its side of the net. Peon near boards. Peon out to Roberts left point. Roberts fires through wide on the glove side. Back out to Nicolina Jensen. Nice move to the right wing circle. Sends it across. Peon.
Try for the one-timer.
Yeah, but back to Naradowi. Minute 15 to go on the power play for the Spartans. Out to Roberts. Back to the right wing circle. Nicolina Jensen along the far boards now. Looking. Midpoint Roberts. Looking. Back to Jensen below the dot. Save. Scheibe. Rebound. Daniels in behind the net. Peon. Blocked. Comes along the near boards and cleared out by Capion. 52 seconds to go on the Castleton power play.
Couple of good chances there at the other end for Castleton. Trying to take the lead here in the third period.
Looking to run it down. Here's Emily Howard. Emily Howard, save made. Another rebound. They score. Short-handed goal for UMass Boston. The Beacons retake the lead, and pouncing on the loose puck looked like Alyssa Sullivan with a short-handed goal. 4-3 UMass Boston.
Jack, Castleton got caught a little disorganized with their defense. And UMass was able to slip in right there to get, so far, what looks like a unassisted goal by Howard.
No, it wasn't Howard. It was it's Sullivan that pounced on the rebound right here. So Howard will get the assist.
Sullivan from Howard.
Yeah, Sullivan from Howard.
And exactly. And she was able to slip in right there, Jack, as Castleton was left a little bit disorganized.
So it is a shorthanded goal. Still 40 seconds left in the Spartan power play. The Spartans calling for a timeout here. So UMass Boston has taken the lead with 7:11 to go in regulation. Yeah, again, it is Sullivan with a goal. Her second of the year, shorthanded from Emily Howard. And the timeout, that was Cameron in goal, too.
Exactly, Jack. And you know, it was, again, tough because the defense was pitching. One of the defensemen, I didn't get the number on her, but actually lost her glove up by the blue line as they were pinching. And you can see right there, this is the original shot, and the rebound left out in front. Sullivan was able to put up and over.
Well, both teams have shorthanded goals. And this one, if it stays, would be the game winner, but still 7:11 to go. Not necessarily game winner because it depends
still,
on...
And the way that the second period went, Jack, anything's up for grabs.
I'm just saying if it stayed the same. Here's Roberts out at center. 30 seconds to go in the Spartan power play. They're still on the power play. And she dumps it in behind Scheibe. McIsaac in control. It is Peon along the near boards. Out to Danny Roberts. Back to Peon. Now Daniels fires in. Scheibe the save. And Nicolina Jensen there in behind the net. Brings it to the near side. 8 seconds to go on the power play. Doubles it past Daniels at the slot. And clearing it out is Cavolo. Penalty over. Both teams at full strength. 6:30 to go in regulation. 4-3 UMass Boston. Here's Jensen. Jensen over the line along the far boards. Drops it for Anna Daniels. Back to Jensen. Right wing corner. Went behind her. Isaac looked to drop on the puck there or pounce on it. Now it's Fallon with it. Back along the far boards and cleared out the middle where it's Newton back to Molly Howard. Molly Howard from the left wing circle and a block. Molly Howard gets it back in behind the net. Molly cycles to the right wing circle, turns, fires, block toward the far corner. Emily Howard now sends it toward McIsaac. McIsaac send it back to the corner, and that's Molly Howard for the Spartans. Molly to the goal line. It's tipped across your side. Jade Werger threw it back toward the end boards and behind Scheibe. Peon trying to get on the puck there, or Hannah Martini actually, as Emily Howard drops it into the Castleton zone. Back along the near boards, Moiselle there, and also Sullivan who scored the goal, sent it around the boards far side. And it's cleared out the length of the ice. This should be an icing call. No, it's not going to be, as pouncing on it was Capion. Lost it. It cuts across, puck loose. Kept alive by the Spartans. Speidel trying to get to it. Speidel along the near boards. Pitch it up along the near boards here. Speidel almost got to it. Cleared out of there from La Rosa up to Loisel, but can't clear it out. Peon with it on a nice move. Peon still with it. Peon to Speidel. Fires in, save. Another rebound. It comes all the way out to Roberts through traffic. Save, Scheibe, and it's up over the glass and out of play. Castleton putting on some pressure there with 4:47 to go. Third period, UMass Boston has a 4-3 lead.
Well, Castleton's starting to take some chances here, Jack, which they need to do to try to at least tie this game up right here with just under 5 minutes left. Nice shot right there from the point, Jack. Again, Scheibe's able to see that pretty much all the way. No screen out in front. You need to get somebody in front to screen her, give her a difficult time seeing it.
Way back in, Jensen. Spartans looking to put pressure on in the Beacon zone. The Beacons clear it out to center. And putting on a nice move there, it is Greenberg. Greenberg then lost it to Nicolina Jensen. Jensen turns it up, throws it along the near boards, and Naradoe in control, kept in at the line. Jensen gets it back for the Spartans up to center. Jensen, the ACAC East Rookie of the Year. Greenberg throws it back in, Coyne with it. Coyne now up to Martini over the line. Shot from the right wing circle, blocked toward the corner. Back out past Molly Howard. Eileen Coyne far side, tipped on the way through, didn't get all the way through. Werger looked like she got a stick on it and skated out by Sullivan, and she clears it into the Castleton zone. And this should be icing against the Beacons. It will be with 3:51 to go in regulation. That's Paula Stevens back in goal for the Spartans. 4-3 UMass Boston.
Well, you got to figure, Jack, the legs are starting to wear a little bit now on everybody. Coming to the tail end of this third period right here.
Castleton's had 49 shots on goal, 46 saves for Scheibe. We don't want to lose sight of
the great goaltending that she's
done
had.
a very good job here, for sure. Moiselle taps it ahead, knocked back into the Beacon zone, cleared back out by McIsaac. Now Peon with it. Now knocking it back the other way, Cavolo. Cavolo out to Loisel. Cavolo down low. Got it all the way out to the left point. Shot through traffic, and the save made by Stevens. The shot by D'Andrio. Stevens back in goal for the Spartans on her backside there.
Stevens doing a nice job holding her ground right there. It's tough when you don't necessarily have the view of the puck right here. You can see the shot comes in. She makes the save down low, and then it's underneath the pad somewhere. And the best thing to do is exactly what she did. Just get down low and make sure that there's no room for anyone to get a stick in there. And the faceoff's going to come to her right.
Emily LaRosa taking the draw for UMass Boston. Nicolina Jensen for the Spartans.
Looks like I have a little equipment problem right there. Getting a strap snapped on.
Play back in. It's controlled by the Spartans. Whistled around near side from Roberts to Daniels. There's Naradoe. Puck on edge. And back to play at D'Andrio. Back behind her own goaltender. Swings it around far side. That's Cavolo. They can't clear it out. Roberts keeps it in at the midpoint. Roberts sends it to the near boards where Loisel throws it ahead. Glove down by LaRosa. LaRosa 1-on-3. LaRosa in. And she rattled it off the crossbar.
No, they're saying it's a goal.
No, they're going to say goal. It apparently hit underneath the crossbar. They are going to call it a goal.
Well, the goal judge, I'm looking at the goal judge behind, and he's kind of saying, I didn't see it.
You know, it might have been underneath the...
Boy, Jack, from our angle, it's really hard.
We both thought it hit the crossbar originally. Is it possibly hit underneath and come back?
No, I don't think at the angle that it did.
LaRosa, this is...
At the angle that would have hit inside, Jack, it would have had to go straight down.
Well, they disagree with that call. 5-3 and 2 goals for LaRosa. She scored the first one, and that is huge. LaRosa on the goal. They do call that unassisted. And here's Peon save. And on the rebound, Molly Howard there. And it's knocked away toward the near side. 5-3, UMass Boston. They do give the goal to LaRosa. That's her second of the game.
2 goals, 1 assist on the night.
As it's going to be an icing call here against UMass Boston. Well, we thought originally it went off the crossbar.
Jack, here it is again, and I'm looking at this, and at the angle that it would have had to hit inside that bar and back, there's no way that it would have ricocheted out the way it did. You could, my eyes are pretty good, Jack, and the camera work is even better. And I'm telling you, that was right off the red paint of the pipe.
Well, the Spartans came back in the second period. They'll have to do it in the final 2:14, trailing 5-3. LaRosa with a pair of goals. She's got 9 on the year. LaRosa scored the first goal of the game. Here now it is Emily Howard, and a nice job on the back check by Eileen Coyne. Back in behind the net, and controlling is Danny Roberts. Fires up to center, knocked down at the red line by D'Andrio. Fires back in. That's Stevens in goal. Now Coyne with it. 1:48 to go here in the third period. 5-3, UMass Boston. Back on it, Capio. D'Andrio throws it in behind Stevens. Back forward, Peon. Pass intercepted. LaRosa has got the pair of goals. Back out to the left point. D'Andrio couldn't get it all the way through. Lombardi got twisted around. It is Cavolo, now Loisel. Right across.
Nice
the
save
by Stevens. Got it across toward LaRosa. Stevens made the big save there, a huge save at this point. Allie Howard shot it in, deflected toward the end boards. Minute 10 to go in the third period, 5-3 UMass Boston. And back on it, Samantha Fallon. Lombardi kept it in along the far boards. 1 minute to go in the third period, 5-3 UMass Boston. Pinch it up along the far boards, 52 seconds to go. Still pinching up. Digging it out of there. Lombardi to Werger. Save. Scheibe. Puck loose. Back out to Peon. Fires in. Stopped in front. Goes toward the circle. Fallon tries to clear it out. And Martini plays it out at center. 33 seconds to go. Drops it back into the Beacon zone. And Sam Fallon on it for UMass Boston. Werger trying to get to it. Now Emily Howard. On the far boards, Howard might have come down on top of the puck. Actually, the puck is loose. Howard's been shaken up a little bit, but the time's still going. Play still underway. Geisick in behind her own goaltender. 10 seconds to go. And it's Loisel up to center. 5 seconds to go. Loisel over the line, and out is Stevens. Knocks it away. That's it. UMass Boston advances. UMass Boston defeating Castleton on the road by a score of 5-3.
Well, Jack, you know, we had said it before. You really have to look at the other end of the ice and the great goaltending done by UMass's goalie. I mean, just a phenomenal job. I'm looking at the clock right now saying 52 shots. I'm assuming that's going to get sugared out a little bit as to what the official stats are, but a fantastic job there. And all the credit in the world to Castleton, doing a fantastic job that second period to come back to tie the game up. Controversial goal towards the end, Jack, by La Rosa. She got things started, and it looks like she's going to end things for us tonight on the goals for UMass.
That is 49 saves for Scheibe, and combined, Stevens and Cameron have 28 saves for the Spartans. Let's go back to the beginning, and of course, the shorthanded goal by Sullivan does prove to be the game winner, and La Rosa finished it off. That goal that initially we thought went off the crossbar. Her second of the game, 9th of the year. Let's recap the scoring with Mike Coppinger.
Yeah, Jack, as we said, La Rosa getting things started for UMass right here. Picking it up basically at center ice, taking it all the way in to put UMass on the board right there, 1-0. Beating Stevens up high right there on the glove side. Followed up in the second period. White scoring early on in that second period for UMass. And then later on in that second period, again, UMass getting their third goal, going ahead 3-0. And then Castleton finally getting on the board right here with 5:28 right there. A little action in front. Bombardier apparently is going to get the assist on that one. We didn't have that originally. And then Nordelli right here, Castleton's second goal, assisted by Roberts, 15:42. And right there in the back of the net. And then Daniels getting a goal right here. Nice job passing across Jensen. And that was at 19:22. Short-handed, I might add. And that was the end of the second period. Third period action right here. Sullivan scoring from Howard. And this really started. This was shorthanded as well, Jack. It really started to put things out of reach. And tough angle right here. You can see the save originally made, kicked out in front, and this is where Sullivan put it away on the glove side. And then the final goal of the night right here for UMass, which was the true nail in the coffin right here. Kind of controversial, Jack, as it looks to me as it comes off the crossbar. Of course, we're all the way up here in the booth, but the referee overruled that one, overruled the goal judge in back there and said that was a goal. And that's where things ended, 5-3.
Well, Castleton playing its first home game ever in its history in women's hockey, and doesn't quite get as far as it did last year. Castleton won in the quarters on the road last year and went to the ECAC East at Frozen Four. Will not be able to do it this time as the season wraps up for the Spartans at 9-12-5. UMass Boston advancing now at 9-13-4. UMass Boston on to the semis. So number 5 beats number 4, but a great year for Castleton, and the future looks bright with, we mentioned a few times, Sam Peon and also Anna Daniels and Nicolina Jensen all on the all-rookie first team. And Nicolina was the Rookie of the Year in the ECAC East all-conference voting. And Nicolina also Nicolina Jensen also honorable mention for the overall all ECAC East team. And Danny Roberts will be graduating from St. Albans, named to the second team. So, Mike, thank you very much. We have some time before men's hockey tonight. It'll be Castleton and New England College. Same thing, number 4 against number 5 on the men's side. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. For Mike Coppinger and our producer here at the Spartan Arena, Cam Clark, and our producers at PEGTV Channel 20 on the Rutland Comcast system, and our camera people, both Nick Lingardo and Brian Bashaw